Now, speaking of pandemic life, is it a privilege to be able to stand in a lineup these days? There's a writer for Vice who argues that some people don't have the flexibility to be able to wait in line for the grocery store or the bank, for example. So what has been your experiences with lining up during this time?
I feel like I'm pretty patient. Surprisingly, my whole life, I've always carried a book around, and I just know that there are times when you have to wait. During COVID, I'm always waiting on Saturdays from 12 to 2. I go to the butcher, and I know I have to wait. And so I either have a book or I have my device and I'm playing my video game. But I will say to you professionally, there is a thing that comes with being an entertainment reporter. Alicia, I'm really curious what you think about this, where as entertainment reporters, a lot of our job is to wait for celebrities, like at junkets. So we're always waiting outside the celebrities' room to be called in, and celebrities are often delayed. Sometimes it's lunchtime, sometimes they have to do whatever. And so even during COVID times, we're doing junkets on Zoom now. And what happens is that you get called into a hospitality room, you wait there, then they move you over to a private Zoom room and you wait there. And the other day I was on the Hamilton junket. So I was waiting outside of Lin-Manuel Miranda's Hamilton room. And the wait got a little bit long, and I'm always reading. So I had our book, our social book club book, Big Summer Up, and I was reading like this. So this is the only thing that Lin-Manuel Miranda saw when he came on camera. And I was so engrossed in the book that I didn't know Lin had come on camera and was ready for me. And my headphones, they hadn't started talking to me. So I don't know how much time passed until I heard Lin-Manuel Miranda, the creator of the masterpiece Hamilton, laughing. And that's when I dropped the book and I said, oh no, I'm sorry. Were you waiting long? I had to ask him that. Thank God he's so nice and he didn't hold it against me. But as an entertainment reporter, you never keep the star waiting. But that was my recent COVID waiting experience. Lynn had to wait for me.
As he should.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. No, that's such a great story. I will say, to deflect from actors, I'm going to throw the musicians under the bus and say, I feel like we wait way longer for music people. When we were shooting Old School, I think we waited like 2.5 hours, 3 hours for Snoop Dogg just to get on set. It was crazy. I thought actors were bad. And then I remember Todd Phillips going, "Where is Snoop Dogg?" And he was like, his buddies were like, he's having a nap. We don't wake him when he's napping. We're like, what?
Oh my.
No. We literally waited for Snoop Dogg to finish his nap. I'll never forget it. But then he got up and he felt so bad. And his people were just so accustomed to letting him do what he does. And then you get on a film set and things run totally different than let's say a music video. So Snoop was amazing and he felt really bad, but we literally waited 3 hours for him to finish his nap. So music people are worse than actors.
That's amazing.
Scene,
I mean,
I will say that.
So good.
It was worth it.
I have to admit that I haven't waited in a line once since the pandemic. And I recognize that that's a privilege for me. I have been able to, I have a car, so I can pull up to a grocery store and pre-order my groceries and have them brought to the car. I've ordered things online to be delivered. In fact, one time I actually wanted to go and return some wine bottles, and the lineup was so big outside the beer store, that I just gave my bottles away. So these are all very privileged perspectives. Having said that, I think what you want is people who can accommodate those types of things to do that, because you don't want them also in the lineup to make the lineup extra long. But I mean, outside of COVID times, I was kind of over lines. In Toronto in particular, there's a real problem with people who have let's say a trendy brunch spot opens, and those often have lineups for a half an hour. Who waits a half an hour for eggs? I won't do it. I am over it. I will not do it. And if you want to call me privileged in that regard, I will take that accusation.
Yeah, exactly. I stopped waiting in lines when I was hitting the clubs, ladies. Okay, I wouldn't line up then. I'm not going to line up now. No, that's not true. I just lined up yesterday. I did a COVID test and I waited an hour and a half, but it was worth it. Anyway, anytime that there's a line, here's the thing. There's usually a workaround to the line. I just leave you with that.